Giddy up like a spur, I feel like Tim Duncan, yeah. Shorty, she tweaking, she yelling and screaming. Let's skip all the fussing, yeah. Let's skip all the fussing, yeah. Chasing this demon, ballin' like Tatum.
All right, everybody, welcome back to 94 Feet. Another day, another video. Today, though, got to talk about one Sir Banchero. If y'all weren't watching last night, Paolo Banchero, 50 points on the Pacers' head. It was crazy. We all saw it. I know my Halliburton takes are dying by the minute now, but we're not talking about him today. We're going to save that for later in the week, as we've hinted at in yesterday's videos again. Today, talking about Paulo. Speaking of the Pacers, though, they beat a team that made their conference finals last year. The Magic
Facts.
have not gotten past the first round. I know it's super early, but does this look like a team, Isaac? Does it look like Paulo Banchero can lead the Magic out the first round?
If I'm being honest, it depends on who they play. I don't see them making it past the second round at all, but they, depending on the matchups and what happens, they can make some serious noise, especially with like the additional shooter on their team, KCP. With that young core already, they kind of remind me of OKC, just a little earlier in their situation. So, if they stay together and stay healthy, they could actually be a real problem in the future. But I don't know. I don't see them making it past the second round. They almost made it past the first round last year, if we're being honest. So they can make it past the first round. But the way the teams are in the East and matchup wise, I don't think that they will make it past the second round at all. And it's a little iffy for the first round, depending on who they play. Because if they do keep this up and do what they're supposed to do, and they're playing like a lower level team, then yeah, they might take them out and keep going. And then injuries also play a part in the playoffs. So depending on what goes on with that, they might see some light. But I'm not gonna lie, if they end up in the play-in and have to play like the Celtics first, or I was gonna say the Knicks, but I don't know, they might beat the Knicks. That's a strong take, but it's possible. Um, but if they got to play the Celtics first, I'm sorry, it's Clips.
Well, I'm going to say this. First, you might as well play that music, the Orlando Magic, because I think they can get out the first round. And here's why. I don't know if y'all noticed about the Eastern Conference. There is a clear tier one team, Boston.
Yes.
Then it's tier two, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Knicks. And I'd argue a sneaky tier two, like borderline tier two, tier three would be a Magic and a Cleveland. And for that right there, because of how the Sixers,
I have one question before you finish that. So you don't think the Pacers are in that tier three?
the way they're looking right now, dear God, no.
Okay, all right, word.
I can't give them tier two. They're tier three, but the Magic and the Cavs right now are above the Pacers. As I said, we're gonna do a whole video on how, because look, depending on the day, things go up and down. That's just how it works. But in reality, going into the season, I had the Pacers up there. They've not proved that. I got outdueled by Maxey. Now they're getting outdueled by Paulo.
Right.
I can't in good faith be like they're above those teams right now. Honestly, I said my Halliburton is aging like the opposite of fine wine, an old custard or something. It's awful, like falling apart. I can't in good faith do it, but I know this without a doubt. No strings attached here. The Magic secretly can easily get out the first round. And really, it just depends on a seeding thing. And to me, because of injuries, Philly's going to be all types of injury prone easily.
Yes.
The Bucks have had their injury issues in the past.
I'm gonna be honest about the Bucks. If Dame and Giannis don't stay healthy, that team isn't going anywhere. They
And
need both of them because, as you saw last night, both of them scored 30 and they still lost. They need both of them. And where's Chris Middleton right now? I know he didn't retire.
he's a
What is he
ghost.
injured?
He's a ghost.
I didn't even see him on the box score. I don't even think he was on the bench last
He's
night.
most likely he's injured. He's
Has to be something, yeah.
But
So
anyway, with those two teams, we know injuries are going to go probably cripple them and bring them down a few seeds.
yeah,
I think the Knicks will probably be number two. By
fair.
that case, the Magic can get a home court advantage kind of seed of a 3 and a 4, possibly a 2. And for that, I think knowing how Philly last year flew all the way down to the play-in game, they're gonna be where the Heat were last year, when Philly was last year. They're gonna be filling out the 7 or 8, trying to figure their life out. So
I hear
I
that.
think with them being able to jump those teams, I think they'll get a 3 or 4 seed, have home court. And I think with the home court, come a game 7, I think they could pull it off.
It's possible. Like I said, matchups. It's really about the matchups because
But that's why I give it to them.
if they face a team and like, I don't know. I don't even know if they'll beat the Cavs. If I'm being
Well,
honest.
they have it in the past couple of years, so
So you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't think they really have an answer for Donovan Mitchell when everyone else shows up as well. But I feel like the same way about Paolo Banchero. I feel like not a lot of teams have an answer for him when everyone else on that team shows up. And their chemistry, the way they're building together, I love it. I'm not gonna lie. They might not make the noise that people want them to make this year, but definitely in the next couple years, we're gonna see them making some real noise for real.
well,
Honestly, I think that they're better. I kind of agree with you. I'm not gonna lie. They really could see that top one of those top seeds and get home court. Because I mean, what they were 5th seed last year.
yeah, they were 5th, right behind Cleveland at 4th. But that's why I was like, I think if they get the top side
They can do
now,
that. They get the top side, and that game 7 is at their home. It might be a different story.
and for that, that's why I think there's a real shot there.
Yeah.
But speaking of Banchero, just him himself, he's one rookie of the year. He was an all-star last year. First question we gonna pitch, just talking about Banchero himself. Is all NBA in the cards for him?
So if I'm being honest, after the year that he had last year, almost making it out the first round, and then you know, overall, I believe he's worthy of it. He can score at all 3 levels, as we seen yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean he put up MVP stats last night, if I'm being honest. Now I know it's not gonna happen every night, but he is the number one option on that team. So if he steps into that role and keeps up putting numbers like that, still scoring at all 3 levels, plays defense. I saw a little bit of rim protection.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's dishing the ball out too. He knows how to play bully ball when he needs to. He knows how to take that pull up when he needs to. So overall, he's hooping. I think that he could make all NBA definitely this year. I mean, there's 3 teams,
That's why I'm
and
like,
I think I don't think that there are more than 6 power forwards better than him.
well, we'll get into that in a second. But first, I gotta share a stat, and this is why I'm like, Paolo's the best. Right here for y'all people. Players before the age of 22 to put up 50 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. It's him and
Mm,
it's LeBron.
that's whenever you in a
I put it like this. There's 3 people where if you say it's just you and that man, immediately you're taken seriously.
Jordan, Kobe, and Bron.
Thank you. You already knew. Those are the 3 people.
That's what I was trying to say, but I could not get that shit.
There's only 3 people. When you make that statement, you immediately, it's like, oh snap. That was an oh snap moment last night. When I saw
Definitely.
that, I said, wow. Now, once again, so now you've kind of answered my question for me. Where do you rank Paolo as a top 10 power forward though? Like, so you think he's around like the 6, 7 range or?
All right, so I'm gonna say this first. If you're counting Anthony Davis, counting Kevin Durant, and counting Jason Tatum, then he's top 5, top 6. If you take them out, you put AD at center, you put Jason Tatum at small forward, and KD at small forward, he might be top 2 or 3. I'm gonna be honest. You got Giannis, who we know is
Yeah.
Giannis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he's better than Giannis. And then right after that, it would be Siakam or Zion.
Did we count Julius Randle as a power forward?
All right, Julius Randle and Cat are another people that popped on my list. And yes, they count as power forwards. But I feel like if you put either one of them on the Magic right now in Paulo Banchero's situation, I don't think the Magic are even in a conversation.
Well, and here's what I was going to say to you. Cat to me is a center.
Okay, so that he's out of there then.
Cat's a center. I'd say, realistically, Giannis, Siakam, Randle, Paolo. And honestly, I just might give Paolo, Randle, and Siakam. Definitely Siakam.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what he was doing to Siakam last night.
I'm like,
respectfully, I
Ugh.
don't think Siakam doesn't have none of that in his bag. I'm not
No.
saying he's not a good player, but he doesn't have none of that in his
no,
bag.
his bag is not like that. None at all.
At all.
No.
And Julius Randle is a great power forward. You know, he has that dog in him, but he stays injured a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is his problem. So yeah, you could say Randall over him, but that's like putting Zion over him.
No. First of all, I'll say this
They
right now.
stay
As I've
injured.
said, wait, I'll say this right now, as I've said all the time. And I hope we clip this and throw this on all the social medias. Zion Williamson is Greg Oden to John Morant's Kevin Durant. I stand by it and I don't
Ooh.
care. I put it like this. I
Ah.
put it like this. Ready? Ready?
Wait, we gotta give him a
Wait.
chance this season because if he's hooping the way they was just hooping together, I can't agree with that one.
Here's my thing.
In
Greg
the
Oden
past,
is wait.
yes, because
Greg
he was
Oden is
always
here.
injured.
Hear me out. Greg Oden's here. KD's here, right? Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
The Ja Zion version is almost like a Pokemon like devolved. They're both like right here. It's a little closer, but secretly it's like Zion's fully evolved Pokemon is Greg Oden and Ja's is Kevin Durant. It's the one and two. It's the same thing. Knee injuries took out the first guy. The second guy under the radar becomes the face that's known.
Okay, that's fair. I can see you on that, but dang, Zion to Greg Oden, I think we can give him a little more credit than that.
I, I stand on it. To me, that's what he is. Now, granted, I said it's a better version of it, but in a
Yeah.
version where you got Pokemon, they both evolve. That's their final forms. I'm sorry, you can't convince me any different. This man Zion genuinely
Well,
plays like 20 games a season.
hold on. We can't say that. I'm a Jaw fan myself. What's been going on with him
Okay, the
between
last
injuries and the whole gun situation and all that?
fair.
So
That's
I'm
why
just saying, like, I see what you're saying, but I can't fully agree on that yet. We're gonna have to see how this season plays out to really,
time will tell.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I got Paolo. He's definitely top two for power forwards. If you're
Yes,
counting all those, I mean, because if you put JT and KD in there, obviously he's not
yes.
better
Then he
than
goes
them.
in front. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about strictly power forwards,
yeah. Like you're never put anywhere else. It's Giannis and
he's
him.
yeah, it's Giannis and him as of right now. And I mean, I felt like I would have said that a little bit last year too, because he was hooping. I'm not gonna lie.
And
I mean, you
then
could say Randall because Randall he has it in his bag. I can't say he doesn't. What Paulo was doing, I've seen Randall hoop. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gave us a 40 ball, if not once, a couple times. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? But I don't know. The way
I think
Paulo was
Randall. I'm
hooping,
pretty. I'm like 90% confident Randall's given us more than a 40 ball one. I think he's given us
yeah,
a 50 or a
yeah.
60. I think
That's what
one
I'm
those
saying.
days
So
in
he
New
he
York.
can
So
do it, but I just don't see if you switch their situations, it getting better. I think if them two were to get traded, it would be a totally different story.
first of all, you put Paulo and that's scary.
Yes, very scary.
But speaking
Very
of
scary.
Paulo's team, the final question I have to ask: is it too early to basically anoint Paulo as the next great Magic big man?
No, I don't think it's too early. He's been there, what, 3 years now, and he's improved every year. He makes it out the second round this year. They they gonna have to get someone else to help him on the other end, like scoring wise,
He's gonna need
because
his Penny Hardaway,
yeah,
basically.
literally. So if one of those dudes decide to step up and do that, or if they get someone else to do that, then you know what I'm saying. But I don't think it's a bad time to say that. I mean, they gave it to Dwight Howard kind of early.
I mean, you gotta think though. Dwight went on to get like 4 Defensive Player of the Years
Yeah, no, that
and
was
led him
fair.
to the
That's
final, or
fair.
3 Defensive Player of the Year, excuse me, and go lead him to the finals. So,
Yeah, but he was already the man in Orlando before that. Am I bugging?
well, I mean, yeah, because he won't. You think
They
each of them
they
have done?
they literally
They've all done the
evolved
same
that whole
thing.
thing around him.
Well, you gotta think too. All three of the big men have done the Shaq, Dwight, Paulo, all done the same thing. They came in, won Rookie of the Year. And
Yeah.
like it's like the only logical next step at this point is Paulo's got to lead into the finals, and literally, and if Paulo can lead into the finals at some point in his career, he's on the
Hmm.
same level as Shaq and Dwight and what they did in Orlando.
That's a fact, and I'll give it to him. He could definitely be that. And I'm not saying they're gonna win championships and all that, but he could be the best Orlando big man
I
because
mean, simply, he
how
just got to
versatile
win
he
it.
is.
He just got to win it.
Yeah, it's how versatile he is. I mean, it's not like he's not dominant. We've seen him playing bully ball. You know what I'm saying? And he's scoring at all three levels and still rim protecting as well on the other end. got a couple steals. He was an assist off a triple double. Respectfully, I don't see the other big men doing that.
Oh no.
At least the assist wise, they'll give you a double double easy, but assist wise, that's another ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. And I put it like this. Like Orlando, we're creating magic here on 94 feet. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, hit those bells and wings things down below. As I like to say, ain't no like the Harding way. Peace.